Hello, my dear viewer. Today, let's dive into a heartwarming tale of friendship and kindness called The Kind Mouse. Once upon a time, deep within the cozy walls of a quaint little house, there lived a family of mice. They were a merry bunch, always giggling and playing hide and seek amongst the kitchen cupboards and behind the grandfather clock. But there was one little mouse named Pip, who wasn't like the rest. Pip was a dreamer. He yearned for adventures beyond the four walls of their home. He would often gaze out of the window, watching the children playing in the street, wishing he could join them. One blustery autumn day, Pip was snuggled up in his nest of shredded paper when he heard a loud thump followed by a tiny squeak. He peeked out and saw a young field mouse lying on the floor, shivering and weak. "Oh dear," squeaked Pip, rushing over to help. "What happened to you?" The little field mouse explained that he was caught in a terrible storm while trying to visit his grandmother and had lost his way home. "I'm so sorry," squeaked Pip, feeling deeply for the tiny creature. "But it's getting dark. You can't stay here alone." Pip knew that letting a stranger in was risky. His family had taught him to be cautious of outsiders, yet he couldn't bear the thought of leaving the poor field mouse to fend for himself. Taking a deep breath, Pip led the field mouse to his family, explaining the situation. To his surprise, his mother simply nodded her head. "We have room for one more tonight, Pip," she said kindly. "It's always good to help those in need." That night, Pip shared his bed with the field mouse, keeping him warm and safe. In the morning, they all sat together, planning the field mouse's journey home. "I want to come with you," Pip blurted out. The field mouse was touched by Pip's offer, but warned him, "It'll be a long and dangerous journey." "I'm afraid it's not suitable for a house mouse like you." Pip's heart sank, but he knew his place. He was indeed just a house mouse, living a comfortable life without any worries. The field mouse continued, "You're safe and happy here. Why would you want to leave?" Pip pondered this. He thought of his cozy bed, the plentiful food, and the safety of his home. Could there be more to life outside? Was it worth risking his comfortable life for adventure?
"Well," Pip began, but before he could say another word, his mother interrupted.
"He's coming with me,"
Then,
she declared. "I won't allow my son to watch another friend leave without helping." Pip's eyes widened in surprise. "But, Mom," he squeaked, "I'm just a house mouse. I've never traveled outside before." His mother smiled, her eyes twinkling. "That's all right, Pip. We'll learn together." Before Pip knew it, they were on their way, following the field mouse through fields and forests. The journey was filled with many challenges. Pip discovered that being a house mouse had its limitations. He couldn't jump as high nor run as fast as the field mouse. At one point, they had to cross a babbling brook, but Pip struggled against the current until a kind frog offered him a leaf to float on. Finally, after days of walking, they arrived at the field mouse's home, a little burrow nestled under a bush. "Thank you for walking with me," the field mouse said to Pip. "I couldn't have done it without you." But Pip had to admit he was overjoyed to be returning home. "It was an adventure," he squeaked, "but I missed my cozy bed." Just then, Pip's mother noticed a small patch of grass sticking to Pip's shoe. With a gentle smile, she said, "Pip, why don't you take some of these seeds and plant them in our garden? You can grow your own patch of adventure." Pip beamed, his spirits soaring. He planted the seeds, watered them each day, and soon enough, a small patch of wild grass sprouted outside their house. Every evening, after dinner, Pip would sit in his grass, watching the sunset, dreaming of more adventures. He knew now that while his home was his haven, there was a big world out there waiting to be explored. He realized that true happiness lay not just in comfort, but in friendship, courage, and kindness. And he had learned all of that from a simple field mouse. And that's the tale of the kind mouse, my dear viewers. Do you find this story heartwarming? Tell me in the comments below. And let's get started with our quiz. 1. Where did Pip live? A. Outside in a tree. B. Inside a house. C. In a cave. The answer is B. Inside a house. 2. Why did the field mouse need help? A. because he was lost and didn't know how to get home. B, because he had nowhere to sleep at night. C, both A and B. The answer is C, both A and B. 3. How did Pip's mother react to the field mouse's problem? A, she told Pip to go help him because he was brave. B, she decided to help the field mouse herself. C, she worried about the mouse, but thought they should stay away from strangers. The answer is B, she decided to help the field mouse herself. 4. What did Pip's journey teach him? A, that it's nice to be safe and comfortable. B, that there's nothing better than home. See that life outside can be challenging, but there's always something to learn. The answer is C, that life outside can be challenging, but there's always something to learn. 5. What did Pip do with the grass seed at the end of the story? A, he gave it to his mom to make her happy. B, he planted it outside his house so he could have a little bit of the field with him. C, he took it to school to show his friends. The answer is B, he planted it outside his house so he could have a little bit of the field with him. Good job. Now, let's talk about today's big lesson. Often, helping others is the best way to understand and experience different points of view. By helping someone else, we gain a new perspective on our own lives. It broadens our understanding and makes us more compassionate and empathetic. Just like Pip and his mother, we can learn valuable lessons and discover new possibilities when we extend a helping hand to those in need. Sometimes, those we help may even teach us something new about the world or ourselves. Remember, helping others doesn't mean making sacrifices that cause you pain. Instead, it's about sharing and caring. So whenever you see someone in need, try to lend a helping hand. You never know what valuable lessons or friendships might come your way. That's all for our story today, my dear viewers. I hope you enjoyed the tale of the kind mouse. If you liked this story, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on our fun stories and valuable life lessons. Keep being kind and helpful to everyone around you. See you next time on Little Story, Big Lesson. Until then, goodbye and take care.